Hello, my name's Mr. Smith. I'm an economics teacher here at Harington. Have you ever considered how much of an impact corruption has on the development of countries? Have you ever considered whether big business is good for society, a force for good or a force for bad? How can we apply basic economic theory to encourage more people to donate their organs? If you're interested in questions like this, if you're naturally inquisitive and want to be able to debate and answer these types of questions, then economics could well be an A-level choice for you. We often start a new topic or start the lesson with a real-life question which we seek to debate and answer as we develop our economic knowledge. Teaching economics is never dull. The basic economic theory that we teach to students hasn't really changed dramatically in the last few decades, but the context in which we teach it changes every single day. Let's hear what some of our students have to say about studying economics at Harington.
I've especially enjoyed business economics, learning how firms compete and what types of market structure leads to the best economic outcome for us as consumers.
I didn't realise the extent to which economics relates to everything else. I also study psychology and have been fascinated to learn how human behaviour is such a huge part of setting economic policy.
I found it interesting learning how the UK government manages the economy through monetary, fiscal and supply side policies. I didn't realise how much this impacted my own life until I started studying economics.
I've enjoyed learning about how some of the barriers that cause some countries to struggle to develop economically. It has helped me to look at the world in a new way.
So a lot of the common questions that we get from students before choosing economics, because the vast majority of our students will have not studied economics before. We don't typically get students that have studied it at GCSE, so that's perfectly normal. So students naturally ask, what exactly is it that we'll be doing in economics? What type of content we'll be covering? There's broadly two schools of economic theory that we cover. One is microeconomics. That's essentially the study of individual markets, individual firms within those markets, and individual consumers. So we might look at business economics, for example, look at different markets in the UK, the supermarket industry. We will look at productivity and efficiency, how those firms compete, how we as consumers are impacted by what those businesses do. And the other sort of broad school of economics that we study is macroeconomics, and that's the bigger picture about how the economy works and how a government seeks to manage an economy. And we'll also look within that at things like globalisation and international business and the development of other countries other than the UK around the world. Another question we always get is there a lot of mathematics in economics? The simple answer is that it's not dominated by mathematics. Of course, there are some numeracy skills required. You will have to perform calculations, but it's more really to do with understanding data. If you're presented with a series of data, being able to interpret that and find out what the data is telling you. Roughly, approximately 20% of assessment is numeracy, but as I say, that doesn't necessarily mean maths. That's a wide range of just being able to use data in different contexts. We often get the question about how similar economics is to business. Now, it's quite different, to be fair. Now, we do study business economics in year 13, but really, if you study business, you are doing just that. You're studying the functions of business, the different departments, how they work, how they compete. We're not so much concerned with that. We're more concerned with the economic environment in which businesses operate. That's the key difference for us as economists. And finally, the other really common question is, how is it assessed? So there's no coursework at all in economics. There's 3 exams, one on microeconomics, one on macroeconomics, and one that's a synoptic paper from across the whole course. A range of question styles, right from multiple choice questions up to essays. Anyway, that's enough of the details. If you're interested, I hope a lot of you are, and I hope to see some of you in September.